Under the blazing Indian sun, millions of goats move like a living river across dusty fields, rocky hills, and endless scrublands. India is home to one of the world's largest goat populations, more than 150 million, quietly providing food security, income for smallholder farmers, and a surprisingly sophisticated supply chain. Goats survive droughts, climb rocky slopes where crops fail, and turn dry leaves and crop residue into milk, meat, and cash. In states like Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and Tamil Nadu, you can see children walking barefoot behind their goats at dawn, leading them out to graze before the sun heats up. These scenes may seem simple, but they are at the heart of a multi-billion-dollar rural economy. In this video, we follow that journey step by step. We start with how Indian farmers plan their breeding season, care for pregnant doe goats, and protect their fragile newborns in harsh climate conditions. Then we delve into the core of daily farm life, semi-intensive systems where goats spend part of the day grazing on scrub grass and part of the day in high, well-ventilated pens designed to withstand 43 degrees Celsius heat. You'll see how feed, water, and healthcare are managed optimally. Refrigerated milk tanks, stainless steel pipelines, and dairies where goat milk is tested, pasteurized, and processed into yogurt, cheese, and other value-added products. Finally, we'll look at the country's booming goat meat industry, how animals are transported from small farms to regulated slaughterhouses, through the cold chain, and onto dinner tables in India's cities and export markets. This isn't just a story about animals. It's a story about how a hardy animal is lifting millions out of poverty, a liter of milk and a pound of meat at a time. If you think India's goat industry is much bigger than most people realize, leave a 1. If you believe its true strength lies in culture and tradition, leave a 0. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss more insightful farm stories like this. Reproduction is the heartbeat of India's goat industry, and everything begins with careful planning long before a kid is born. Most Indian does carry their pregnancy for about 150 days, and farmers closely monitor their weight, appetite, and behavior during this period. In many villages, experienced herders can predict a doe's due date simply by observing her posture and the subtle swelling of her belly. As kidding approaches, the doe is moved into a clean, shaded pen where she can give birth safely, protected from heat and predators. When the moment finally comes, most births happen naturally and without complications. Rural families gather quietly around the mother, ready to assist if needed. Once the kid arrives, farmers quickly dry its body with warm cloths to prevent heat loss, a crucial step during cool desert nights in Rajasthan or chilly mornings in the Himalayan foothills. Within the first hour, the newborn is guided to drink colostrum, the thick, nutrient-rich milk that delivers essential antibodies. The first week of life is delicate. Kids stay close to their mothers in small nursery pens, learning to stand, nurse, and recognize the herd scent. By the second or third week, they begin nibbling on small amounts of hay or crushed grains, a natural transition encouraged by Indian farmers for generations. This early exposure helps strengthen their digestive system and prepares them for the semi-intensive grazing system used across much of the country. At 2 to 3 months old, it's time for weaning. The young goats are gradually separated from their mothers so that does can recover and return to peak milk production. This change also teaches the kids independence, preparing them for life in larger grazing groups. Deworming, vaccinations, and mineral supplements become part of their routine as farmers ensure the next generation grows strong and healthy. From their first breath to their first steps on open pastures, kid care in India blends traditional wisdom with modern animal science, setting the foundation for every goat's journey ahead. Across India, goat farming follows a rhythm shaped by climate, tradition, and practicality. The most common system is semi-intensive management, where goats spend their mornings grazing and return to the farm in the afternoon for supplemental feeding. This balance allows farmers to cut feed costs while still giving animals the nutrients they need for growth and milk. In dry regions like Rajasthan and Maharashtra, herds roam scrublands with acacia trees, thorny bushes, and hardy grasses perfect for natural browsers like goats. A typical adult goat consumes about 3% of its body weight in dry matter each day. Indian farmers use a mix of green fodder, dry fodder, and simple concentrate feeds. Millet stalks, groundnut vines, chickpea leaves, and tree foliage form the backbone of traditional diets. On more advanced farms, technology is stepping in. Hydroponic green fodder systems now grow lush barley or maize shoots in stacked trays, giving a steady source of high-protein feed even when fields are dry and brown. Clean water is just as important as feed. Many farms have installed automatic waterers, so goats can drink whenever they need to, essential during India's intense heat. On larger operations, motorized fodder choppers turn bulky stems into fine, easy-to-chew pieces, improving digestion and saving hours of manual cutting. Housing ties these efforts together. Goat sheds in India are built to beat the heat. Tall roofs, wide ventilation gaps, and raised, slatted floors that keep animals dry and reduce disease risk. In desert states, bamboo or tin structures with simple insulation help drop temperatures inside the shed compared to outside. Comfortable goats eat better, move more, and stay healthier. Health management completes the system. Regular deworming, vaccinations for PPR and enterotoxemia, and mineral mixes rich in calcium and phosphorus keep the herd in strong condition. Many farmers hang salt blocks in the sheds or along grazing routes to support digestion and hydration. With solid nutrition, climate-smart housing, and grazing systems adapted to tough landscapes, India's goats are ready for their next role, providing some of the most valuable fibers in the global textile world. Milking time begins early across India's goat farms, often before sunrise when the air is still cool and the animals are calm. On small family farms, hand milking is still common. Farmers sit beside each doe, clean the udder, and express warm milk into stainless steel cans. On larger commercial farms, the scene looks very different. Rows of goats step into automatic milking stations, where suction cups attach smoothly and collect milk with minimal stress and labor. Fresh goat milk is sensitive to heat, especially in India's scorching climate. Farmers rush it into insulated cans or small chilling units before sending it by motorcycle, tractor, or refrigerated truck to local collection centers. There, workers measure fat content, check cleanliness, and pump the milk into bulk tanks that rapidly cool it to about 35–39 degrees Fahrenheit, locking in freshness before it moves to the processing plant. Inside modern dairy facilities, the journey becomes sharply controlled. The milk flows through stainless steel pipes into filters that remove any remaining particles. Next comes pasteurization, a rapid heat treatment that destroys harmful bacteria while preserving flavor. Then homogenization evenly disperses fat globules, creating a smooth, stable texture ideal for value-added products. At this stage, raw milk turns into high-margin goods. Some batches become thick, tangy yogurt. Others are crafted into soft, spreadable goat cheese or goat milk paneer for consumers who struggle with cow's milk. Technicians monitor temperature, pH, and texture at every step, blending local experience with modern food science standards. For both domestic and export markets, the packaging line runs like a clock. Bottles, cartons, and pouches travel along conveyors as machines fill, seal, label, and date stamp each unit. Strict hygiene rules and regular lab testing ensure the final products can be shipped to big Indian cities and overseas markets in the Middle East, North America, and beyond. By the time each bottle or pack leaves the plant, it carries the work of countless small farmers in a modern Indian dairy system that turns village milk into globally competitive products. When it comes to goats in India, milk is important, but meat is the true giant. Goat meat is one of the country's most prized proteins. It appears at weddings, religious festivals, and Sunday family meals, turning goats into a steady source of cash for millions of small farmers. Most of those farmers raise just a few animals at a time. When goats reach market weight, traders visit villages or weekly livestock markets to buy them. From there, animals are moved to regulated slaughterhouses that operate under government inspection. A veterinarian checks each goat for signs of disease before it is allowed into the processing line. Inside modern plants, the workflow is fast but controlled. Goats are handled in calm holding areas to reduce stress, then processed using stainless steel equipment under strict hygiene standards. After harvesting, carcasses are washed, trimmed, and moved straight into chill rooms to quickly bring the temperature down. This rapid cooling is crucial in India's warm climate to keep meat safe and extend shelf life. Next comes cutting and portioning. Premium sections like leg, shoulder, and chops are separated for retail and food service buyers, while trimmings become ground meat or ready-to-cook products. Many facilities now rely on vacuum packs or modified atmosphere packaging, MAP, to protect color and tenderness while the meat travels through the supply chain. Refrigerated trucks then carry goat meat to wholesale markets, butcher shops, supermarkets, and restaurants in big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, and Hyderabad. Although most production is eaten inside India, approved plants also ship to international buyers across the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and niche ethnic markets in North America. For rural households, this entire system is more than just an industry, it's a financial safety net. A single healthy goat sold at the right time can pay school fees, medical bills, or the cost of next season's seeds. That's why many Indian farmers describe their herd as a walking savings account, and why goat meat remains one of the most resilient, reliable engines in the country's agricultural economy. From the dusty scrublands where goats graze at sunrise to the bright stainless steel halls of India's modern processing plants, the journey of Indian goat farming is as diverse as the country itself. What begins with a newborn kid nursing under its mother becomes milk, meat, and income that sustain millions of rural households. Along the way, farmers blend tradition with innovation using age-old grazing systems, heat-resistant sheds, mineral supplements, and increasingly, small machines that cut fodder or chill milk on the spot. India's goat industry may look simple from the outside, but behind every herd lies a network of breeders, traders, veterinarians, dairy workers, and processors who keep the system moving. Goat milk becomes yogurt, cheese, or paneer in plants built to global standards. Goat meat travels through cold chain trucks to city markets and export hubs. Even in regions where agriculture is difficult, goats transform dry leaves and scrub plants into real economic value. What makes this industry remarkable is its resilience. Goats thrive where crops fail. They survive heat waves, droughts, and tough terrain. They support families with only a few animals and scale up seamlessly for large commercial farms. As demand for goat products rises across India and abroad, the sector continues to expand, quietly powering a billion-dollar economy rooted in some of the country's poorest regions. In the end, the story of Indian goats is a story of adaptability, opportunity, and the strength of rural communities. It shows how a small, hardy animal can shape livelihoods, fill dinner tables, and connect tradition with modern food systems. And as technology spreads deeper into the countryside, India's goat industry is set to grow even stronger in the years ahead.